Global Affairs analyst Benga Onifade joins me for more on this story. Mr. Onifade, the couple are back on the world stage 4 years after they left working royal life. But it looks a lot like a royal tour here in Nigeria. I'm sure you saw the prince inspect the guard of honor when he met the chief of defense staff and all the cultural dance and display to welcome them. What's the buzz around the visit like in the UK, considering they haven't been working royals for a few years now?
I mean, it's not actually been, first of all, good evening. In the UK, it's not actually been really mentioned. It's been a lot muted. As you can see, I think, just as it is in Nigeria, I think people are a lot more focused on their pockets, which is pinching. And of course, with the new news bulletin, which just came out today with the UK coming out of recession. So it's actually been quite muted. And it's quite strange, actually. If you trail through the major organizations, it's not a front page news. I think the discord within the royal family is a lot more concerning for with the UK. With Prince Charles making his first public appearance post diagnosis with cancer, and of course Prince Harry in the UK, and they're not they didn't actually meet publicly. So. That was actually taking a more footstool, because people are more familiar and they want the royal grandstand to take precedence over everything else. So yeah, it's not actually. So I will say, while it's actually been in the news, but it's a lot muted, and you hear the breaking news, and that actually is he wasn't one of the first top 3 pages on news headlines which has been announced. So unfortunately. While it's a big deal, but it's not what they don't want it to be. I think people are more focused on the personal and the family royal life than the announcement or the visit to Nigeria. And of course, being an unofficial tour anyway. So again, which of course means, it's not being sponsored by the government here anyway. So it's not a big deal per se.
So the Nigerian troops participated in the Invictus game for the first time last year. And we had the chief of defense staff today acknowledging that it brought a smile to their faces. What do you make of this sports recovery program and Prince Harry's efforts at rehabilitating injured troops, particularly its potential impact on the quality of welfare available to them here in Nigeria?
Oh, I personally think it's a big deal. Nigeria need this, and who can it be bigger? Who could be bigger than Prince Harry? Who actually has been a veteran himself. I mean, of course, he's on the front line in Iraq. Afghanistan. A few years ago. So, and he knows what mental health seems to be like. Of course, again, as Nigerian myself, I will say. Mental health is not what we often talk about. It's great to see that of late it's been coming out to the fore. And of course, Nigeria, even though we haven't actually been engaged in a war outside, I think there's been an internal war, and I think this is a big deal. This is a big morale booster. We've had Boko Haram, which Nigeria is fighting. It's been trying to come back. The odd wins have been made, which has not been announced. And of course, they don't get celebrated enough. I think in Nigeria, and of course with the state of the economy, it's not just about the monetary aspect. I think there could be a win which could come from outside, and it could be in the presence of in the name of Prince Harry coming out, and of course the wife, who's 43% Nigerian, which she had to reveal at the event. I think it's a big deal, and that is actually great news, and it's a win, I will say, for the government.
Well, it's homecoming for Meghan as well. Thank you for talking to us, Global Affairs analyst Benga Onifade.
Thanks for having me.